Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will discuss the mysterious case of Sergei Ponomarenko, a man who claimed to be a time traveler from 1932. Sergei Ponomarenko's story is one of the most fascinating and debated time travel stories of all time. If you are new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Those who observed the man thought he was a tourist, though he was in peculiar clothing. His attire seemed out of date for 2006, and the camera he was carrying made him even more noticeable. But it was what he was saying that led folks to believe he might not be feeling well. He claimed to be a visitor from the past to everyone who would listen. He insisted that after leaving his home and seeing a UFO, he traveled into the future. The statement was initially mocked. Nobody took that story seriously. The scene was reported to the police. The man was able to provide his identity when questioned about it. He showed them a valid Russian driving license, although it appeared to be more than 50 years old. Even yet, the officers had their doubts about the assertions the individual, now identified as Sergei Ponomarenko, was making. Even if they believed the time travel explanation, which was at best shaky, adding an alien conspiracy looked like going too far. Police summoned Dr. Pablo Kutrakov to talk with him after he was taken into custody. They had to re-evaluate all they knew after what they discovered turned the inquiry on its head. Things appeared to be going awry during the interview between the two men. Sergei revealed to the physician that he was born in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, on June 16, 1932. In response, Dr. Kutrakov argued that the young man couldn't be older than 30. Sergei, who claimed to be 25, concurred. The doctor then inquired as to Sergei's appearance in 2006. He explained that he had gone out to take some pictures. He attempted to take a picture of a bell-shaped object he observed while outside. He was propelled forward in time at that point. Looking at the camera, the doctor attempted to refute Sergei's fantastic story. It was a name brand and a design that was dropped in the 1970s. There was a very slim possibility that someone would have left one similar to it laying around. He made the decision to investigate the young man's story further and commission the film's creation. But this wasn't the normal camera that you could buy at Walgreens or CVS. He had to show it to Vadim Poizner, a photography expert. After the photos were developed, something intriguing was discovered. In one image, Sergei was seen standing in his prison uniform. In a different image, a lovely young woman was seen posing for the camera. A bell-shaped device was depicted in a photograph in a different type. The young man might be telling the truth, though. Immediately following the interview, Sergei was led back to his room. Video surveillance clearly shows that the young man returned to the house. However, he was gone when an orderly went back to check on him. Dr. Kutrakov, officers, and others watched the surveillance tape. He remained in his room after being dropped there. Additionally, he was unable to leave the area through the room's walls. Sergei simply vanished. Further research revealed that Sergei was in fact reported missing in 1958. Officers went to talk with the young woman in the photo after locating her. She acknowledged that she was in the image, which had been taken by her ex-boyfriend Sergei. But while he was being detained, he disappeared for a few days. When he departed again after his return, the relationship was over. A few years later, she received a strange postcard with his signature. A large city was visible in the backdrop, which he claimed was Kyiv, and he stated it was from the year 2050. The woman claimed she lost touch with her ex-lover and never saw or heard from her again. She thought he moved on to find a new love and embark on a new adventure, but he never forgot her. Sergei's disappearance was chalked up to a time traveler who lost his way. But some people wondered if there was more to the story. The majority of people think that the story is a little too outlandish to be true. They point out that the reported incident records don't appear to be real, or if they do, no one in a position of authority appears willing to hand them out. They also point out that even though the identification card appears legitimate, there are problems with it. In certain variations of the image, the stamp on the card is less obvious than it is in others. However, proponents of the narrative counter that these are simply different perspectives. The fact that Sergei's former love appears to have received a phony postcard from 2050 is one aspect that is difficult to deny. According to critics, the image has been altered. They mention the repeated patterns of the background buildings, one of which might be an exact reproduction of the Empire State Building as evidence. However, supporters claim that this is a factual story based on the girlfriend's statement. She lied, but why? Critics point out that she might be doing it for the fame, or maybe because a man she loved ghosted her, and this is how she is dealing with the matter. Like the discussion of UFOs and other paranormal phenomena, the argument regarding Sergei Ponomarenko will last for decades. There is evidence that both sides can consider and attempt to interpret. If you like this video, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe.